So anyway guys, I just beat Uncharted 2, Uncharted 1 Drake's Fortune. So yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I'm going to review it in a sec, but I'm going to start Uncharted 2, so yeah, I'm a bit late to the party of the Uncharted, so, because I got this PS3 for Christmas, so anyway, I'll get to my review now. I set the camera up there, that's all good. So anyway, what do I think of Uncharted 1? Shouldn't move my camera just towards the internet. So anyway, what did I think of Uncharted 1? Well, for starters, when I first saw this, first of all, I'm like, okay, the graphics are amazing. Like, they're not, for 2007, they are good, but now they're good, but they're not like, I mean, they should, to be honest, actually, they keep up with some of this year's graphics, like 2011, so props to Naughty Dog, you know, for making an awesome game. But every game has flaws. No game is flawless. So, the story is about Nathan Drake, and he's trying to find this treasure for Francis Drake, Eldorado's gold or whatever it is. So anyway, you go on a treasure hunt, and blah blah blah. There's characters, etc. And you go on this island, there's bad guys and all this other stuff, and there's like a, you know, and the main focus is like two parts of gameplay. In there's like the platforming, sort of where you get to climb on things, sort of similar to Assassin's Creed, kind of jumping along sort of things, similar, like, and then there's the gunplay. Now, there's a few little niggles that I would like just to point out. When you get this game, if you haven't played this game, if you do get a chance to play it, just be mindful of ammo, and because there'll be points in the game where, you know, you actually wait in the whole game when there's a gunfight, for instance, in a typical third person there'll be just a cover and you move up. That's just how it is, and usually, and it's the same in like FPS, but nevertheless, you don't get much ammo, which can be really fucking frustrating to me because there'll be multiple enemies, and I just know that the way they've made the game is the enemies can take a lot of damage. Like, I shot this guy like in the neck, like with half a clip. And then I shot him like the rest of the clip in the chest, and he was still going. I had to reload, and then I shot him, like half a clip, and he was gone. I mean, come on, Naughty Dog, like really, don't make the enemies fucking supernatural, fucking whatnot. And so, yeah, that's annoying. But overall, they break it up. It's not all lots of shooting, lots of this. It's sort of broken up. Another thing I'd like to point out. I'm not trying to bag the game anyway. I'm just pointing out some of the bad points. Is that when you're in a gunfight, there'll be some times where the enemies will spawn behind you and just spawn out of nowhere, like in like a flanking position, and it's kind of really unfair because there was a fight sort of near the end of the game, that you're in this like courtyard outside some buildings. It's quite open. There's a thing in the middle, and you're trying to get to cover, but there's like the snipers, they have a laser sight on them, and you can actually see it. And if they shoot you once, you know, you're gone basically. And there'd be like a guy with a noob tube, grenade launcher thing, and there's sort of one sort of sport, like if you're trying to cover in the spot where I was, he spawns behind you, and just boom, and you're gone. Things like that, just little things can make your experience kind of frustrating. There's checkpoints. They don't show you where the checkpoints are, so basically if you have no idea if there's a checkpoint or not. Because I generally like it in games, if you try to get past a difficult bit and you get a checkpoint, you're like, oh good, because you got past a difficult bit, you can take a few more risks and things up ahead if you're just trying to get to something. Like that sort of thing. It doesn't show you, so it's really irritating sometimes to know, but especially because there's this bit, you're inside this building and you've got a platform across whatever, and you've got to activate something. And you would think that you've gone all this way across there, activated it, get a checkpoint. No, they don't. So sometimes you get a checkpoint good, and then sometimes you get bad. And there'll be bits where it's a bit misleading, confusing, whatever. But it's not too many. But yeah, anyway, these are just some things that I disliked about that. Just little things, you know, can ruin your experience and maybe a bit frustrating in bits, but the overall experience was pretty cool. The voice acting was pretty cool, pretty good, you know. The graphics for a 2007 game, I mean, I was blown away. Like some of the graphic that's 2007, and I'm seeing some of the graphics from other companies making games now, like 2009, 10, 11, are making games with those kind of graphics, or not even. So, you know, props to Naughty Dog did a good job. So, you know, the story, graphics, and voice acting is good, and the gameplay is generally pretty good, but it's a bit flawed. So, anyway, I give the game about an 8 out of 10, just due to the fact that it's flawed in those two things. The things I've mentioned I found a bit flawed, so that's just my opinion. Yours might be different, so, you know, I just go off my experience of the game. So anyway, thanks for watching.